Hello everyone, this is our next video of ECNSS series. In this video, we are going to discuss EDL, External Dynamic List, how we can create and what is the role of EDL and so on. So EDL stands for External Dynamic List. An external dynamic list is a text file that is used an external web server that is hosted on external web server. The firewall uses text file to import the following following objects: IP address, URLs and domains. So let's discuss this. So let's say this is your web server and this is the IP address of your web server. So in this IP address, we can host IP address, domains and URLs on this web servers. So what is the use of this file, this text-based file? So let's say you want to change any policy. Let's say you have any policies which is having 100 objects. So now you want to keep adding that objects, means that in case of this I am taking as a IP address. So earlier you was having 100 IP address, now you want to add 101. So you just need to open this file and add those IP address on this text file that is hosted on this server. That information will be automatically synced to the Palo Alto firewall. You don't need to commit the changes on the Palo Alto or any configuration required from Palo Alto side. You just open this text file which is hosted on this web server, update the IP address on this text file, and it is done. So the real use of this file will be, let's say, in the bigger organizations, we use the blocks of the malicious IP address. So we will create two rules where source address is any, destination address, this external dynamic list. Okay, and this reverse source, and then this reverse also. That source means this external dynamic list, and the destination will be any. Service obviously any. So it means that any communication which is initiated or going to this EDL will be blocked, and this EDL we will keep our malicious IP address. Let's say any new malicious IP discovered by cybersecurity team, you just need to update this external EDL which is hosted on this server. These information automatically sync to the firewall, and firewall will start blocking. So this is the purpose of this EDLs. So let's discuss more on it. So this is the another slide of the EDL. So these arrangements allow firewalls to enforce a policy. So as I explained on the whiteboard, the purpose of this EDL to enforce the policies so that required communication should be allowed or blocked. So based on our firewall policy condition, it will allow or it will block. So whenever we update the list, firewall dynamically import the list. So whenever we add a new object, it will add to that EDL and enforce the policy without need of making configuration change or commit. So as I discussed on the whiteboard. So once we update the changes on this EDL, once we update on the EDL, this information automatically sync to this Palo Alto firewall. We don't need to make any changes on this firewall side. Not required any changes. We just update one IP address. This information automatically sync to the file. That is the beauty of this EDL. So earlier when EDL was not there, in the case of malicious IP address or whitelisting, we have to open that policy and need to add object every time and commit the changes. That was the traditional way. But after the EDL, we just need to update the file which is hosted on external web server, and firewall automatically sync the information. The web server could be anything. It can be hosted on the cloud also, like a GCP, Google Cloud or AWS. And on their storage also, firewall will communicate on that location and start refreshing their list. So this can be also happened. So let's discuss the built-in EDL. So if we take a threat prevention license from the Palo Alto, the Palo Alto is providing the Palo Alto network bulletproof IP address, Palo Alto network high risk IP address, Palo Alto non malicious IP address. So by default, when we take that threat prevention license, we will get this Palo Alto network bulletproof and all EDS by default. So we just need to apply on our ACL so that we can prevent any malicious access. So this ADL looks like this. So this is the ADL. We just need to apply these ADLs on our policies. So let me quickly show you where we can see it. So on the objects, here is the external dynamic list. So this is the one external dynamic list, but this is the VM. We don't have a license, so this don't have any entries about it. To add any external dynamic list, we just click need to add. Here we need type the name of it, and then let's say, in my case, let's say type test, and here we have to define that what we will try to import from that EDL. We are importing IP list, we are importing IP list, domain list, URL list. So whatever, let's say in my case, let's take as a IP list. Description you want, here you need to define the server address with full, let's say, location of the file also. And here you have to define the refresh interval. So in which, like what will be the refresh interval of, so that firewall refresh their entries to the external web servers, and once you done, you can click this test source URL to validate this. So in this case, it will fail because we don't have any web server. This is for test only. So once we done this EDL, we have to go to the policies. We just need that EDL on the source or destination list. So we just go to the here, and in the destination list, we have to add that address, that EDL name. It will show here, and we have to click it. So in that way, we can apply our EDL on the Palo Alto firewall. Once we applied that EDL, so you don't need to commit anything from the firewall side. You just go to that EDL location and update the EDL. It will automatically refresh whatever elements, whatever objects present on that EDL. It will refresh it and will start working accordingly. So this was the video related to the Palo Alto EDL. I hope you like this video. Please support this channel by like this video and subscribe the channel. Thank you so much.